Security forces will hold what the Prime Minister calls a debrief with former MP Wyatt Roy to check if he's committed a crime by entering a war zone. The Liberal backbencher dumped by voters in July has been to the front line of Iraq's war against Islamic State and retreated from a firefight. Malcolm Turnbull's calling his former colleague very stupid and says he will be spoken to by officials on return. Here's National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett.
Heavily armed and killing mujahideen like there's no tomorrow. Could anyone who hangs out with Kurdish Peshmerga possibly be surprised they get caught up in gunfights? Yes, one man.
We were incredibly unlucky in terms of the unfortunate events that the media has been reporting on.
Wyatt Roy believes he was plain unlucky to see combat with Islamic State on the front line of the deadliest conflict of the last 12 months.
The Peshmerga soldiers were brushing the dust off our clothes, and they handled the situation incredibly well. Within half an hour, we were back in the town of Sinjar.
He'd ventured from Sinjar towards IS-controlled Mosul, legally off limits to all Australians, with the risk of 10 years jail for going there.
It was stupid. It was foolish of him to ignore the government's advice not to travel to that part of the world.
This is serious. It's not a place that you go to act out some, boyhood fantasy.
In a 30-minute battle, capture was always possible, so was death or ransom. Or rescue by security forces. Not that the globe-trotting 26-year-olds bothered by Australia's official travel advice.
I think that the travel advice to the Kurdish region is something that has been a little bit misunderstood.
I think he's obviously wearing a bit of egg on his face today as a consequence of that, but I'm glad he's safe.
Talking to the media is just the start of Wyatt Roy's travel story. The Prime Minister's ordered he undergo a debrief when he gets home, an appointment with Immigration and Border Protection staff to check that he didn't illegally stray into the badlands of northern Iraq. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.